questions to ask throughout a campaign with the confidence rising. I told WDF don't switch, good times are coming on infinity diving. Fan cams, reactions, watch alongs to the pride of London thriving. The Eagles of South they flying. Keep your eyes on us, we ain't hiding.
I forgot to put myself back in the stream. Big up everyone, good evening, hope you're well. This is the OLI Presser. Now, apologies first things first. Last week, the intention was to do his first press conference, obviously, before had a Burnley. And the traffic I got caught up in Streatham, I didn't get home till like 8:30. Yeah, mad. But we're here today. I'm here to dissect everything that he said. There's quite a bit to get through, to be fair. And what I've done, especially when it comes to the availability of players, I've kind of just merged everything he said into one because some of the questions were a bit repetitive, but let's get into it. So his first starts, can you tell us who's available for this match? Eze, Hughes, Anderson, all okay? Now, this is a long one, so bear with me. He said, fortunately, they are okay, Leicester said. Will and Ebbs, they have had all the training sessions the whole week, so they're back in the squad tomorrow. The same with Joachim Anderson. In the 90th minute against Burnley at 3-0, he felt a little bit. So he's referring to obviously just a bit of cramp. So it was just a substitution to avoid an injury. Now, how refreshing is that? We made a substitution to avoid an injury. Boy. So he also trained the whole week, and it's good for us. Glasner's also confirmed, obviously, that Mark is out, obviously, due to the knee injuries, confirmed that he's had surgery. So Glasner said, last week, I said, I hope he can be training with this week, but his knee reacted in a way that we didn't like. So he visited the doctor one more time and he said, okay, it's better to have surgery. He's doing well. He's recovering and we'll support him as well as we can so that he's back with us and we'll have some games at the end of the season. Now, obviously, the estimated time, I believe, is 6 to 8 weeks for Gay's return. Speaking on Eze and Hughes' return, he said, of course I'm happy when the players are fit and available for the game. He said, Ebbs is a great player for us, but it's also important that Will's back. He's an experienced player who gives us more opportunities in the game. I think Ebbs cannot win the game alone for us, so he needs all his teammates. As a team, I think we're in good shape with good confidence. I'm very happy with the week of training sessions. He'll be important for us, but again, we'll need all the players to succeed at Tottenham. And do you know how refreshing that is? Because you've got Ollie coming out and saying, yes, it's great that Ebbs is back, but we need all the players to perform to win the game. But then we had Roy who would say, it's going to be a difficult game because we haven't got Ebbs and Elise. It's even if Glasner doesn't mean what he says, do you know how refreshing it is just to be able to spin a negative into a positive? It's the finer details, and we've seen that with Glasner. The way the optimism is just crazy, around the ground, and he's fair play to him. He's very confident in what he believes in. So, just read a few comments based on that. It's very red, very bright. It doesn't help that I've got my ring light on as well. It is bright. Big up to Onion Belgi. Honestly, MTB, absolutely. Just hearing him talk, we're gonna get into something, even what he said about even the Spurs game, like just optimism, 100%. Big up Hannah says, any chance you win? We don't normally win at Spurs, but I think we can nick a draw. I think we can nick a draw, but we'll have to wait and see. Very level-headed manager instead of right, always blaming the lack of fact. Exactly what I said there. Spot on. Absolutely spot on. Just to change your narrative, just to change and respond. And you know what? Giving responsibility to the other players, which I respect, because you know what? Eze's fit, but I know a lot of the fan base are like, I'll save him for Luton. And I would do. I mean, give him some minutes, get the match fitness going again. But I'll start him against Luton. I may not even. I won't start him tomorrow. That's just me personally. But it's just great to have him back. Big up SEC PFC said, sounding like we were continuing to work on set pieces as we should, though. Yeah, he did mention a bit of that as well in this conference, so I'll touch on that in a bit. Yes, we definitely have an awful record at Spurs. We haven't won there since 1997, I believe. I think that he mentioned that. Yeah, it's in this as well. And big up Patrick. And make sure you go over to Back of the Nest. If you haven't subscribed there already, make sure you do so. They do some great content. Says the positivity is refreshing. Still cannot believe we have this manager. Honestly, we're gonna have to ride this wave of positivity as much as we can. Francino will get more minutes on the Glasner. Absolutely. So would Ahamada. I even reckon Ozo, Ume, and Rodney will probably all be on the bench as well tomorrow. So it's looking good. Big up Monty. Hope you're well. And big up Kyle as well. Very nice not hearing excuses before the match. Thank you. That's all. It's so refreshing. So refreshing. Anyway, let's continue. You had a full week of training now, and John Texter said that you have taken training to the next level. How have you changed that at Palace? And I'm glad that the reporters mentioned, obviously, because obviously Texter's come up with a massive dialogue, just reading, like paraphrasing with this Texter thing. He's obviously backed the whole aspect of Steve Parish regarding expenditure. He doesn't like how FFPs run. There isn't no issues behind the scenes. So for me, it seems as if they've patched up their relationship. He bigs up Dougie Freeman. Texter and Dougie are like bros. Definitely like bros. So it was just nice to see him come out and be open. And yeah, I generally do think that Texter and Parish, I think they're on the road to mending a few things, which could only mean that the club moves forward. But anyway, he says regarding training, he said, we have to take care of the players. Oh my gosh. We have to take care of the players. Oh my. Sorry, guys. We don't have to run them to the ground. I can't believe this. I'm so happy. We have to take care of the players. Make them ready for the game fitness-wise for Saturday. We've changed the days that the team trains. We look at things to improve. This is just the beginning of the cooperation from the players. We try to implement our ideas with the team. So it's just basically saying, listen, look, we've had a first full week. We've implemented some ideas. We've changed training days. We have to make sure the players are ready for it. We're not going to do too much and go over the board to get more injuries and so on and so forth. I'm so happy. So happy. Let me address some more comments. Big up JC, just saying, big up Rich, very positive indeed. Yeah, 100%. The free hit mentality is, listen, if anyone has been saying they hate the word free hit, it's Patrick. It is Patrick. And once again, I'm going to go over what Glasner said regarding the Spurs game a bit later, because it's part of his presser. OLI'S red and blue army, 100%. Calm down, Rich. I know how you listen. I'm still buzzing over the Burnley performance. We've got a game tomorrow. I'm just so happy. And I'm even I'm there, in the admin. Where's the training videos? I just want to see more and more of what Glasner's trying to implement. Don't cry, mate. We've only wanted this for the last 5 years. It's an emotional time. It's very emotional. So happy. Comment says is back the club. Yeah. And the comment says is back in the club. 100%. Small steps. It looks like we're just building the foundations back again, which is good to see. All right. So regarding Spurs. So Palace have a terrible record at Tottenham, not winning since 1997. You too lost here with Frankfurt. What's your memories of that match? So just pertaining to, obviously, Glasner going to Spurs in the Champions League, I believe. It was a very intense game. We had a great start, but then we saw the quality of Spurs. We know about the terrible record, but the past doesn't have to be the future. Love it. We'll go there preparing as best as we can and show it on the pitch. Tottenham are a good team, different to how Conte played. They're more forward-thinking and better defensively. We have to play well and make sure to find the spaces. We have to go there with the mindset to win. And maybe this is the time we change that narrative. I was there 2 weeks ago to watch them. And I'm just paraphrasing because he did say quite a bit. But once again, how refreshing is it to say, not only is he saying, yes, it's going to be a hard game, but he's already identified we have to find spaces. So one, he already knows that. Two, obviously he was at the stadium, so he's done his homework. But three, we have to go there with the mindset to win. Say no more. Say no more. He says, you've been compared to Ange. How do you admire him? He kept it simple. I have a lot of respect for him. We spoke a few times. I don't know him personally. That will change on Saturday. That is it. That is it. He kept that short and sweet. Then he was asked, did Spurs speak to you about taking over in the summer? He goes, I was linked with many jobs, so I can't remember. So Glaston's actually got back, He's actually quite funny. Monty's saying here, one game at a time, Luton is more important. 100%. Listen, we all know that the Luton game is more important, 1,000,000%. But we still go into this game with a glimmer of optimism. Tottenham played this high line, and this is not negating Tottenham at all. They're good. Like, we saw it at Sellers Park. We tried to press them. They bopped off the park. But we didn't press them we just didn't know how to press properly. It'd be interesting to see how we get on, obviously, tomorrow. Big up Mitch. He says, yeah, Luton game's way more important, 1,000,000%. That game we need to be picking up 3 points there. Has a UFO captured me and shown me a dream before? Because how good is this to hear? This is what I'm saying. And it's all just a tweaking mentality. Even with the formation, I said a 5-3-2 could easily be a 3-4-3 just on mentality, So it's just so good to hear. It's so refreshing. Big up Colin. Great week after that win against Burnley. Been on a real high all week. You're not the only one, trust me. So have I, and I'm sure a lot of the Palace fan base have been too. It's been real well-being, a real well-being boost after all the crap we've endured in recent times. Absolutely. Your smile and vibe says it all. Up the Palace. Thanks. Now, but I'm honestly, I was just so happy, and big up to you, Con. I'm glad that obviously your well-being as well has taken a real lift, because honestly, and you're definitely not the only one. I sat at games and was thinking, this is bad. This is bad. I always show this, yeah, but this was me whilst me and JC were doing the Brighton watch along. This was me. This is how I felt. I think I went silent for a good 30 minutes. I didn't even speak. And JC was like, yo, do you want to say anything? I was ticked off. You know what I mean? Funny enough, it was a Forest fan that clicked that and sent that to me. Pagan, but it is what it is. Where was we at? Patrick saying there, Richard and Eagle Eyed crew do fantastic work. People, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. These guys work hard. No, I appreciate you. And like I said, guys, make sure you lot subscribe to Back in the Nest as well. They're awesome guys as well. So thank you. We always say that, listen, there's no competition here. We're family. We're family. We just love talking about the club that we love, you know what I mean? So big up Patrick, 100%. Matthew, big up. Positive off the scale, it absolutely is. Big up Jesper, saying Glasner's attitude in regards to the bad record away at Spurs shows he don't believe in ghosts, and he's here to change the mentality of the players and hopefully the board as well. Absolutely, and big up. So Luke, let's continue. Where did I get to? How have you enjoyed sorry, I shouted there. How have you enjoyed this first full week of training? So paraphrasing, Glasner said, the most important thing is I've been able to speak about football, speak to the players, been able to speak about football more with the players. So he's just saying, obviously, first time round, obviously, he had a couple of days to get us ready for Burnley. Now he's been able to have a chance to sit down and just talk about the game. So that's probably going to be down to looking at past footage, looking at images, analysing the game, and so on and so forth. So that's definitely good to hear. You've changed certain things in training. Why is that? Glasner said this: everything in training is required in the match. We expect the match to mirror what we put in training. If we want an intense match, we have to train intensely. This guy's a G. I'm sorry. Glasnow's a G. Because if we're slacking training, we're going to be slacking the match. If we want to be pressing for 90 minutes, we have to look to press for like the equivalent in training. We just have to set the standard and continue going that way. And like I said, it'll be so interesting to see how we get on tomorrow, in which it'll be a difficult game, but I'm excited about it. You were at the Spurs match. Was this to gain an advantage? And he said, listen, the benefits of London is that there's so many games you could go watch. When we're playing the team within 2 to 3 weeks, I like to go to the ground to watch, not only to learn, but because I'm a fan of football. So he, like I said, he probably knew he was going to be signed as manager. So he said, all right, bet. I'm going to start doing my homework on Spurs. Before he was even signed as manager, he said, all right, cool. What's the upcoming fixtures? We'll be there. I'll be there. No problem. I'm going to be there. So that's great to hear as well, as you hear my girls in the background. Where am I at? What did you learn when there? Because obviously they lost that game. And he said, listen, I like their offensive style. They're very aggressive. They press a lot. He reckons that the second behind Liverpool regarding pressing. I can see what they do well and also where they are vulnerable. And hopefully we can capitalize on that tomorrow. We've had so many managers in the past that just say they're a very good side and we have to try and play well to get something out of the game. My guy knows where Spurs are vulnerable. He has a plan. He has a plan for tomorrow. Whether it can be capitalized on, we have to wait and see. But I'm so happy to see that we got a plan. MTB says here, even if the result tomorrow doesn't go away tomorrow, I believe we're on the right track. Either this manager, with this manager and staff, attitude is everything in my view. 100%. We can run ourselves into the ground and get battered. It could happen, but we're going to see, we're going to appreciate the effort. With Roy, I think we would have sat back and just hoped. You understand? But he wants us to just us to give it a go, and for that we're happy. All we want to see is us to try, let our attacking players do what they can. He's always been banging on about getting players in the box, and listen, good times ahead. Big up TCD saying Glasnow's taking us to Europe. My passport's renewed. We have to get there. We must get to Europe at one stage. Translation from Glasnow, lads, it's Tottenham. Hey, you never know. That could be the team speech. That could be the pre-match talk tomorrow. I believe that Glasnow will take us to Europe. You know what? There's a lot of optimism within the fan base, and it's so good to see. That's the plan. Europe is the plan. It's crazy because I looked at the table, and I'm not trying to get crazy over the top of that side. I think we're 8 points off Europe, which is mad. And obviously, you can look at the other way. But 8 points, 12 games to go. It's not impossible. It's not going to be easy, but it's not impossible. But if we keep that mentality of looking upwards, hey, you never know. Late surge, you never know. Big up, Rush. He says here Richarlison's up too. Yeah, we had my mate JT on the channel yesterday. He said he believes Richarlison's out as well, which definitely helps. But apparently Udogi's going to be back, which is he's a good left back. He's a good left back. If we showcase another short corner tomorrow and actually manage to score off it, one of those, I'm getting a glass tattoo across my face. Aye, don't let wifey kick you out the yard just for, be careful. Be careful. If we're pressing from the front, France will start. This will be interesting with the team lineup because you know what? Eddie played well, granted. He did play well. But France, I think, just has a bit more to unlock stubborn defenses. So it'll be very interesting to see how we line up tomorrow. I would start. Here's why I would start France on. Not just because I think he's a decent player and whatnot. If Poro was playing, I think I wouldn't have started France because I still think defensively he's got a bit to learn defensively. All right. But then him against what do you call it? Emerson Rao, I believe he might be playing that right back. I think he'll have a full day there. But not only that, it then allows us to have a striker on the bench. Because obviously, whilst we're playing Eddie and Mateta, we don't have another forward. And Mateta's technically been forced to play 90 minutes each time, you know? So that's why I would start França. Side note, Rich, watch Filthy Fellas, Yannick Belassez. I guess this week I will get onto that. Thanks for that, Caleb. No, not possible this season. Yeah, trust me, it is very optimistic regarding Europe. But I've just said, oh, and it's 11 points. Actually, 11's a bit techie still. It is 11 points. All right. But hold on, is it one of the European places goes down to the next place? I don't know. And apologies, I don't know if the girls are being silly out there. Hopefully I don't have to go out there and deal with it. We'll see. We've dropped too many winnable points to be in Europe mix, I think. Then it's going to be a long shot, to be fair. But it's important to start next season with some depth improvements. Absolutely. And just with a positive mindset, you know? And if we win tomorrow, Rich, I'll start believing that we can make it to Europe, but let's watch and see. If we win tomorrow, and then if we beat Luton, oh my gosh. That's 34 points, by the way. Top half is definitely doable. I think so. And if we can get as much points as we can before our last 7 is quite tough, you know, then it will be a good look. Right, where did I get to? Okay, will your performance against Tottenham show you more about where Crystal Palace are? No disrespect to Burnley. And you know what? I think every Palace fan, as much as we were very, very happy about what we did against Burnley, I think everyone was just like, yeah, but it's Burnley. But on the flip side, you have to beat who's in front of you, regardless. And Gladys said, every training session, every game gives us information about our players. You can learn from a win and a loss. Of course, you learn from good teams. You need the challenge to see where your intensity is and what to work on. Just says the right things. Next question said, last week, we saw some clever set pieces and defending zonally. Can we expect any more surprises? And the first thing was, well, if I tell you it's not a surprise, facts. So there's definitely probably some more set pieces under his sleeve. We just need to score from one, please, because this is getting embarrassing. It's like 120 plus, no goals. It's a bit mad. But then regarding obviously the zonal market said the players have adapted well because we have many experienced players. The players are all open to learning. So that's good to know. Because obviously zonal 1 is going to be completely new for us. So that's going to take a bit of time to get used to. Last 2 points. So he was asked about the whole IFAB and introducing blue cards. He said, I conceded one when I was 9, I think. We had this in Austria in the youth, but I don't have much information about the blue card at the moment. Too many questions. For example, if there is a mass confrontation in the game, sometimes it's yellow. So then do we continue playing 8 against 8? So he's asking, if it's the case, does this blue card replace the yellow card in those instances and do like 3, 4, 5 players get sin binned? So he goes, I don't know what the rules will be, but I hope they will say them before we can see the first blue card on the pitch. And I'm sure obviously there'll be some sort of rules and regulations regarding how the blue card will be implemented. And lastly, thoughts on assistant coach Paddy McCarthy and goalkeeper coach Dean Kiley. Says, they are very important. It's the same. We're all new team, new country, but they know most of the things that happen. And I think I was quite happy to see that they'd stay. Don't get me wrong, set piece coaches we need to work on 100%. But it's good that he didn't just completely get rid of them immediately. It's good that there's people that are like within the fabric of the club, that know the club, that are still around to help out. First of all, they're great guys, not just great coaches. From the beginning, from the first day, we had a good mood in our coaching staff. They have very important information about what happened before, about the players, and also not to give too much input from the beginning. We discuss it every day, and I'm very pleased they are part of our coaching staff. And that pretty much sums up OLI'S Presser. I tell you what, if we're doing OLI'S Pressers like this every week, it's going to be so fun dissecting it with you guys, 100%. Last comment here. All white teams at the lane. Yeah, I'm having that. Oliver, yeah. I saw neutral fans saying, I might have to be watching Palace a bit more because the manager's looking like he's from the ends. Man had the body warmer with the TNs all white, you know, on a match day on grass. Crazy. Guys, listen, myself, JC, Dan, Chairman, will be all down at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium tomorrow. That's the first time I've been in there, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm just looking forward to just see how our tactics develop against obviously a better side. But guys, look out for the match vlog either tomorrow evening or sometime Sunday morning, and then we'll do the match reaction. Oh, we are out on Sunday. We'll get back to you about when the match reaction is, because Santiago, who you might see him in the comments sometime, called the Manchukucha, he's flown over from Texas, so we're going to go link up with him. So there may or may not be a match reaction, but we'll get back to you. Check out obviously the Twitter feeds, and we need to fix Twitter. Like, we can't seem to stream on Twitter, which is, we're going to try and sort that out. So apologies, because I know some people have come over from watching us on Twitter as well. So apologies that it's not there. Guys, appreciate your love and support as always. Please smash the like button on the way out. Obviously it's free. It helps the algorithms. It gets our things shared out. You know, and yeah, share the stream, share the channel, subscribe if you're new. Obviously, go support all the other Palace content that's out there. Back in the Nest, Tristan, Pride of South London. There's quite a few others there. And all I've got to say before I leave, listen, the Glasner era has begun. It started off with a win. Hopefully we could get something positive out of tomorrow. But I'm sure regardless, we're going to be happy with what we see. People, up the Palace. He goes.